back to Daily Dose of Shred. Today is episode 5, and we're going to be going over the 5 ways to become a crazy, mad, lunatic shredder. And here are the top 5 tips. Top tip number 1, you got to have long hair. If you don't have long hair, how are you going to shred, man? Name a single shredder that doesn't have long hair or didn't start off with long hair shredding, because you got to have the long hair. Otherwise, you won't be able to absorb the shred. The longer your hair is, the more shred you can absorb and then release. It's scientifically proven, and 4 out of every 5 doctors recommend it for maximum shred. Top tip number 2, always wear a band t-shirt. Because if you're not wearing a band t-shirt, how are people going to know that you're a shredder or that you're in the band? Today I'm rocking a Jimi Hendrix Experience shirt because Jimi Hendrix is the shiznit. But you could wear Jimi Hendrix, Rush, Black Sabbath, which you need to listen to, and Avenged Sevenfold, which rocks no matter what you say. Avenged Sevenfold kicks ass. But you know, Megadeth, Anthrax, if you can pull off an Yngwie Malmsteen shirt, that would be cool too. I personally have a Joe Satriani t-shirt that I have yet to rock because people aren't ready for that. But that was top tip number 2. Top tip number 3 is you need to listen to Black Sabbath. If you don't listen to Black Sabbath, then how can you even call yourself a metalhead, man? Black Sabbath is where it's at, and I'm talking about the original 8 albums of Black Sabbath. The albums that shaped the music around you today. If it was not for those 8 albums, you would be listening to like Cumbia or whatever your parents listening to, or rancheras or whatever. So you need to listen to some Black Sabbath and learn some mean riffs like this. And this. That was top tip number 3. And top tip number 4 is crank up your amp. The louder your amp is, the more shred that can be delivered to your audience. In this case, I have to turn it down a bit so you don't get maximum shredness. But imagine if my amp was turned up, this is like 25%. So if it was at 100% or 100%, you wouldn't be able to handle that amount of shred. And top tip number 5 is you need this hat. Without this hat, you'll never achieve maximum shreddiness. I have dropped my pick, so let me pick that up. You see what I did there? I gotta pick up my pick. I really like my kill switch, it's pretty cool. Well, those were the top 5 tips. But now, in all seriousness, if you want to be a badass shredder, all you got to do is practice. Practice, 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 and never say no to anything. If you can learn something from anyone, no matter what level they are, everyone knows something that you don't. So you can always learn. Every time I go to shows, what I do is I just sit there and watch. Well, now I mosh too, but I sit there and I watch the guitarist because, you know, he knows something I don't. So through his playing, you can learn something new. Just pay attention, this and that. Learn different people's songs. Learn theory. Theory is really helpful, which is what all those other videos have been about. My lessons. I'm going to keep doing them. Tomorrow will probably be about modes. We'll move on to probably some string skipping. But practice, practice, and then when you're done practicing, you can practice some more. And you could say, oh, I don't have enough time, blah, blah, blah. But even when you're just sitting, if you don't have a car and you're just sitting in the car passenger seat, just in your head, man, be practicing your shredding. If you're driving, I drive all day. I'm practicing my shredding in my head. Like, you could be coming up with ideas, say, oh, well, I wonder what this will sound like, or I wonder what that will sound like. Maybe this note with this note, or wait, this scale blends with this scale. If you think about the theory as throughout the day while you're at school, you don't need to learn U.S. history or English or any of that stuff. That's useless. Shredding is what matters. And so just keep practicing. As long as you're thinking about shredding, you're practicing. As long as it's in your head, you're learning and you're getting better. Even if you're not doing it here. This is the least of it. Shredding is 75% here, 10% here, and 15% here, right here. That was today's episode on Daily Dose of Shred. I am your host, the Juan and Only, and have a wonderful day. Keep on shredding and spread the shred, which means you should share with your friends and tell people to like my page, because how else are other people going to learn how to shred if you don't show them this video? Have a good day. Keep it rock and roll.